Interesting. Wait, is it not there, or is it not there? Okay, it isn't there. There it is. Pow. Pow? Amazing. Oh wow, okay. That all the stories are coming back to me now, so... I used to be quite a lot into the car scene, back when I was, a few years ago. But this wasn't really related to that, but we did used to drive like fucking maniacs. We were safe, but like, you know, say at a stop sign or something, we would fucking plant the foot once it goes green and all that, you know. And I made the wheels squeal once, but this was actually on accident when I was leaving the stoplight. And there was this family car behind me. This is nighttime, by the way. There's this guy, and he had his 2 daughters in the car. They were probably like, I don't know, at a guess his daughters would be like 15 or 16. And the dad just starts following me. I'm in the car with my friend, of course. Actually, no, it wasn't me driving, it was him. Yeah, no, it was my friend driving.
Oh.
And so we test him out a bit, you know. We go around a few corners a bit too many times, and he keeps following us. Go around the roundabout a few times, we're getting faster and faster. He's still following us, daughters in the car and everything. Really great fucking example. And then he so we're like, well fuck, you know, this guy's just gonna keep going. So we just gassed him. He chased us all the way through town, daughters in the car, I'll keep saying. And there was like this, you know, you get those wee islands in the road. We started driving over that and driving around it. In the middle of the fucking road. He just keeps following us around and around, and I'm like, dude, you've got your daughters in the car and you're doing all of this. It's like, I know we made our wheels squeal at the stupid lights, but Jesus Christ, dude. So he kept following us, he kept going, and then we managed to get like a couple of blocks ahead of him, and we pulled over, and I told my friend to take his foot off the brake, right? Because if you have your foot on the brake, even if the car's turned off, the brake light will come on. But no, he didn't, so... So the guy obviously finds us, even though we parked on the side of the road. And we just sit here with our window there. We roll the window down and just sit there waiting for him to come up to it. He walks up and he's like, "What the hell do you think you guys doing?" Like as if it's us doing the bad thing, not like him following us as well with his daughters in the car. So, and then as soon as he comes up, we don't even look at him. We're just staring like dead ahead, and we just fucking plant the foot, skid away. We're going about like 110 in the 50k zone, which is incredibly stupid. But this guy was just relentless. And like just in the distance, there's like this cop car that sort of crosses. Somehow we didn't notice us, but we just slammed on the brakes and just turned the next corner, and that seemed to be enough to get rid of the guy following us. But man, what an example he set for his daughters, huh? Great example. Lovely father. What were you doing though? Nothing. We were just driving around. We accelerated a bit hard at one of the stoplights, and it made the tires squeal and all that. Ridiculous, stupid. Oh my god. God, I remember going to all the skid meets and all that. So it used to be quite a well-organized thing, right? Because obviously, like, the cops don't want us doing it. However, they know that they can't stop us. So what they do is they have all our names and stuff. We're all on the list somewhere. But they'll try and make sure that it doesn't happen in town, which is what we don't go in town anyway to do it all, because it's a pretty big meetup every Friday night it is. And everyone would bring their cars. I mean, back when I did, everyone had Sylvias and Skylines and all that, but most of those cars have been crashed now, so no one's got them anymore. And people would just sit there like, oh, actually no, here's a good one. So I had a friend, and he's so fucking, he's stupid. He's not there right in the head. Well, he's right in the head, he's just dumb. Really dumb. With slight anger issues as well. And he had this shitty wee Celica. When he bought the Celica, the Toyota Celica car, the spark plugs, right? Well, what would happen is you'd drive it, you'd plant your foot, and it would be like really low on power, and then when you get to like, oh my god, when you get to the high RPMs, suddenly the power would kick in, and you sit and like we couldn't figure it out, and then like me and another friend, we just sort of had a look over the engine, and just out of curiosity, I checked the spark plugs, and Jesus, and they're not they weren't tightened, they were just finger tight, they were just sort of sitting there bobbling about. And I'm like, oh, well, here's your problem. We tightened those up and everything got fixed. Anyway, like, one night at Skids, because he's an idiot, he sat there, put the handbrake on, planted his foot, wheels start spinning, and then he sits there constantly. It's not just like a minute or so, just, you know, letting out some smoke. He just sits there for about 15-20 minutes straight. God, there was so much smoke. Like, it's a pretty big meetup ride, probably a good few hundred meters down a few roads. It's usually at an intersection, most of the places we go. And, oh my god, I was about 100 meters away, and I had trouble breathing. I had to fall back. But, like, there were guys up where he was, and somewhere in the smoke, because I couldn't see, there was so much of it. And he finally stops, and, like, there's this guy's like, you know, really, like, hurling, trying to get stuff out of the throat and lungs and stuff, and I'm sitting here like, what fucking idiots. I'm like, wondering if I'm going to have to call an ambulance for someone. But no, everyone ended up fine. They just fucked their lungs for no good reason. And I go over to his tires, and they weren't just bald, they were melted. Like, there were like melted streaks going around the tire and stuff. I have no idea how it didn't catch on fire or how they didn't burst, but that's how it was. The wee wires in the tire were sticking out, and oh, and then he drove back to town on that. Like, where we went was a good like half an hour, 45 minutes outside of town in the country. There's a photo somewhere again, but I don't know where that could be. He might have sent it to me actually. Jesus Christ, idiot. His brother, his older brother, who's exactly the same, just somehow worse, is basically on the run right now. Not from the police, from gangs. Like, because he borrows money from everyone, but he never pays back. Then one day he borrowed money from a guy who isn't afraid to fucking shoot someone. So he got held at gunpoint somewhere in one of the bigger cities. And now he's like been basically on the run since, and I don't know where he is now. For all I know, he's dead. Maybe he's in jail. I don't know. I don't keep in touch with eyes with them because they're both stupid. It's crazy the way some people go later in life.